Peter, another really interesting report from you. I will not comment on the E.T. toy, although it sounds fascinating. Instead, I'll talk about the first part of your tape and how the life when we were growing up was maybe just a lot simpler. And whether it's better or not, I don't know. I mean, you were in your 20s in the 1950s. I was a teenager, but it was certainly a very simpler time. Now, here in America, we had horrible situation regarding the different races in our country. Our political system was not quite as representative, although it was certainly simpler, and our campaigns were definitely shorter than the one we recently had over here. But I'm reminded of what the childhood experiences where here we would get on a bicycle and ride off and be gone for hours at a time, and there was never any threat or anything to worry about, at least what it seemed to be in most of the neighborhoods, including those that we might call more disadvantaged today. As where I grew up, we had quite a ethnically mixed and economically mixed series of neighborhoods that came together in one school, so we were aware of how other people were living. And I think that what made the difference was the introduction of television. That's when you started knowing about things that you didn't ever think about or worry about before. And of course that's evolved to the point where now we have a new threat being introduced every day. There's always something to be afraid of, there's something to be concerned about, and we didn't have that in the days before television. Also, mass media publications changed. I'm reminded of a story when I was a little bit older. This would be about 1960, when the magazines, particularly so-called ladies magazines, were publishing different articles about what your life should really be like. And I remember a newlywed wife, friend of ours, who said, "Gee, I didn't know until I read that article how unhappy I was." So it was like, what are the expectations that are being put forth as to how you should live your life? And I think you mentioned some of that in your talk. So I would agree that in many ways that simpler life, what you, quote, didn't know wouldn't hurt you, unquote, was true, certainly here in America as well. But overall, because of technology, medicine, things that you mentioned, life is better, but it's just much more fast and more complicated than it used to be. But again, thanks for your thoughts, and always look forward to hearing more from you. Thanks again.